Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to make a quick video just to explain what the 21st Century Citizens Programme is and where it came from and how I came up with it along the way. I think the idea for the programme started maybe a couple of years ago when I started doing a leadership course with Ambition Teacher Institute, and during the course of that I started reading quite a lot about leadership, about positive psychology, about how the body and mind works, and how learning is affected by all the different factors that it is. And somewhere along the way I started to see that all of these things cross-reference, and that there's many different fields that all bring these things together into something which isn't really taught in schools. And I've also been lucky enough to go and visit a few schools where they're doing things really successful, private schools and state schools. And I think when you meet a student from a state school, they can stand up straight and they can look you in the eye, and they're confident and passionate about what they're talking about. And it's one of the things that they get taught explicitly in state school that we just in private schools, which we just don't do in state schools. And I think it's about time that we bring some of that to the students at Nottingham Academy. Now I've designed this course to try and make those things really explicit, the skills needed. So I've read all around leadership, I've read all around positive psychology and habit formation and evolutionary biology, neuroscience, cognitive behavior, all of these different fields that have added up into this one package. I've also been working with like a consultancy company as well on how we can refine this. I've been borrowing on their expertise and just bringing in ideas. There's some Western medicine, there's also some Eastern, there's stuff about breathing, the effect that has on our biology. There is things about building rapport. I've read a lot about that. I've read a lot about positive habit formation. These are all sort of the skills which we don't really teach in school. We just assume that students will know and will pick up from home, and when they don't, it's very difficult to teach it within our individual lessons, which is why I really feel like we should be making it explicit and teaching it directly to them. So I've put everything that I've learned and read into this idea of there being 5 B's, which is starting with being open, which is about building curiosity. It's about being open to change. It's also an idea of like intuitive, or if you like, spiritual intelligence. This is based heavily on the ideas of there being multiple intelligences, Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, which is that we kind of expect students to be academic, but they have a multitude of different abilities and skills, whether it's they're good at sport, English, maths, art, music. We need to acknowledge and build that in. It's also based along a lot of the theories of Ken Robinson, he talks at length about the importance of creativity and how schools are killing creativity. And there's a lot of evidence out there that when we're creative, when we find this idea of flow in the work that we do, that's when we do our best work. And we live in a society which closes off creativity sometimes, and it's being open to that change is really, really important. We're also going to bring in like huge elements of the hero's journey, which is a reasonably well established trope of business leadership, but less talked about within the school. And building positive relationships and communication skills, being kind to each other, a bit of Carl Rogers' positive psychology in there. It's about change management. Change is the only constant that we see in our lives, and being resilient to turbulent change, especially in today's post-COVID or during COVID. It's so important that students learn how to time manage, so taking from Stephen Covey and his sort of groundbreaking work on leadership and James Clear and Atomic Habits, time management, study skills, using all of the memorization skills that we would see from I've forgotten his name now. What's the Tricks of the Mind? I've forgotten his name. It'll come to me in a sec. So using things like linking, the loci system, memory palaces. These are all things that we can teach to students in order to improve their memories. And metacognition is so important. Teaching students to learn. There's so much evidence out there that when students learn how to learn, they will learn better. And last but not least, this idea of consistency. When we can take a consistent approach, we will get and reach our goals much more quickly. Darren Brown, that's the one. Okay, I hope that's really clear, but it probably isn't, and I probably talked too quickly. I'm going to try and drop into tutor times and to meet tutors, but I do have my own tutor group, so it's a little bit difficult. But can you ask questions? They're like the more questions you ask, the sort of clearer I can be. Well, I hope that was helpful, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.